kudos to Seattle for really putting in the effort.
Look like didn't hear absolutely nothing, my friend. Look like we was mute at some point. I don't know what happening. So that's what happening. So we're going to start over, not all the way, but we're going to welcome everybody part of the show. We apologize somewhere, somehow. Everybody turned off from the mute. So just realize this at that moment. So welcome to the Warmup Show with Enortap. It's every show we show up every day at 5 o'clock p.m. So hopefully you should hear us now, Alexi. I don't know. Look like, and I know Enortap, you heard me. Canadian Giant, NHL, or Stefan, can you tell us if you heard us? So not only Alexi cannot hear us. So we'll see what happening about that moment. But what do you think about the game again, like Seattle and Vegas? What the Vegas? Oh. Can you hear me, Enortap?
Yes, I can. Thanks, Coach.
Let me try hit. 1, 2. Hold on. It looked like it's working right now. 1, 2. Hold on. Here we go. It looked like we are set up now.
Can people in the chat hear us?
It was Johnny said it's because of the computer. I don't know. Honestly, it's the first time happening here, so I don't know exactly what happening. It was good between you and me, but on the chat, like it was turning. When I turn off, I can hear the voice after that in the background. So I don't know exactly what happening. But welcome back. We want to start over. Nothing wrong here. It was just a warm up anyway, in our tap. So it's not the game is not start yet. So it's not a big deal at that moment. So loud and clear. So if I start to sing, maybe that would be a little bit more no audio, but we'll see happening. But welcome, Adam Berger, directly from Vegas, and Nicolas de Gobi Bono. Welcome back. And of course, we have Canadian Giants. We have Alexis Dubuc. Johnny Golden is a part of the show. We missed about 5 minutes of talk. You have no clue what you missed, Canadian. It was so great. It was all about, that was still all the great things about the game last night. So what we're going to do, we're going to resume very quickly, about 3 minutes, the evening last night. And what do you think about your impression about the bowl game yesterday? And let's doing this properly, and hopefully the audio is going to be all the way in.
For sure. I thought, I was a bit surprised by the Tampa game. I thought that they looked very, very flat. And, and given that Pittsburgh had all those injuries, you got to commend them and the coaching staff for what they did. In the second game, I thought after Seattle got through that first period and the jitters associated with it, they were probably the stronger team the rest of the way in. And Vegas was kind of lucky to win that game on a controversial goal at the end with that so-called kicked-in puck. But at the very least, they should have had a better fate, maybe gone to overtime.
Yeah, it's all right about that. It was an exciting game compared to the first game, honestly. 6-2 with 3 goals and empty net. Great domination for Pittsburgh last night against Tampa Bay. What Tampa Bay was still on the parade, was still on vacation. I don't know what they were, but bad performance overall for the Tampa Bay Lightning. But the game was last night, and I think it was great watching Seattle and Vegas. Both of them, at the first half of the game, I would say it was more Vegas. The second half of the game, it was more Seattle. And then at the end, I think the third period, we can see Vegas was getting more and more chance. And Seattle was a little bit more difficult to skating, everything like that. And Vegas started to close the gap, and they was really play more defensive. You can see that. And I agree with Adam. Adam said Peyton Krebs, it was really impressive. On the one side, Morgan Kiki have an amazing, great night for the Seattle, where I was really impressed. Everybody was impressed by him. On the flip side, I think Peyton Krebs was unbelievable about his speed, a stick angling. He's going to be a great hockey player, I believe. This is a great pick for the Vegas Golden Knight. What do you think about Peyton Krebs in our tap?
Oh yeah, I was amazed with his speed, and I was equally amazed by Geeky's play. As a matter of fact, I went on our ESPN fantasy football pool, and I picked him up on the waivers for today. So It's good. I was really impressed by both players, to be honest with you.
I agree with you. Just to insert Alexis. Yes, Alexis, we do the play-by-play. We'll be back at 6:15, 6:30. I'm doing a pre-game show for the Montreal Canadiens versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Alexis is going to do that. Then ask, and I don't know if you can answer him, or I will after that. Why you pull your goalie with 5 minutes to go in the game?
I mean, I think it was just a drastic measure at that point. I didn't understand it myself, and I know that a lot of the betting lines that had the either over or under were very upset that the coaching staff had done that, and they allowed what was it, 3 empty net goals at the end.
So I think John Cooper, he bet on the over last night, so that's happening. But seriously, honestly, this started with Patrick Roy a couple years ago, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, 5 years, maybe 7, I don't know exactly. But Patrick Roy decided to take out his goaltender about 6, 7 minutes at the end of the game, trailed by 2. He was trying to come back, and for the analytic data, they proved the chance to score a goal with 6 versus 5 at 6 minutes, the chance are increasing by triple more chance. If you wait under 2 minutes, the chance to score goals maybe drop from 30 to 20 to 20 to 16 to 12. More longer to wait to score, to take up your goaltender, chance are not there. So I'm talking about 2 goals plus when you take out the goaltender. That's the reason why then they do that. Now, if the score was, I think a 5-2 when he did it, being honest with you, this is a coach decision because he was pissed off to his team and he was passing a message to his player because the player does not like to be on the ice when they have empty net because he's a minus. But he wanted to prove them. And what he did, he kept his best player on the ice to pay the price because he did not show up last night. So it was a way for us, the coach behind the bench, to pass a message for the rest of the team right there. So when you read between the line, and that's what behind that part over there. If not, a normal, like a game number 36, this would not happen because Cooper was on fire after the game, to be honest with you. You can see behind the bench, it was like the smoke was over his ear all night, and that would be a reason I can tell you about that one over there. Je te trouve que le Tampa Bay a mal joué hier. Oui, t'as bien raison, Alexis, ce côté-là. You're welcome, then, about this. Look, the warm-up show, guy, first of all, we apologize for the technicality. I don't know what happening, but me and Enortap, we talk all day, so it was not a problem. We feel like everything was fine here, but we really appreciate each one of you said, you have a problem with the audio. I have honestly no clue what happening. I have some lines tell me Enortap if it's in and off, right? And suddenly we lost I saw it was mute after that, and we come back. So I don't know what happened. So exact coach, you cannot do 3 goals in 1:30, but in 4 or 5 minutes. Yes, Stefan, absolutely right. That's okay, Frenchy. I can read lips. Here we go. Canadian John, read everything we said. So maybe next time we can do some sign in our tab. We can see that. But what I was trying to say is the warm-up show, guys, is about fantasy hockey prediction and what's coming for evening, not about yesterday. We open up a little bit about tonight because usually in the morning we talk about the game. But every night we're going to talk about 5 minutes about review all the game, and then we move on. And let's move on about the news of the day, or maybe what happening in our tap about that one over there. Just give us your impression about this. Edmonton Oilers signed the forward Colton Savior to a 1-year contract, 2-week contract, also AAV of $750.
Yeah, again, I think we alluded to this a little bit yesterday as well. I think it's a no-fail situation for them. He's very steady. He offers experience too. So a good pickup, a good contract.
Yeah, I think for more depth, like you said, I think that's the right way to do that. I think that's the only way, honestly, about that one there. Stephanie asked you this. I don't think so. He does. He's like Bob Gainey. Bob Gainey don't sign. So that's what happened about that one there. The second one I've talked this in Montreal Canadiens cut today. Rand Poland. What is your what do you think about this?
Well, I mean, no surprise here, right? I think he was given every opportunity to sort of succeed and take that position at center for Montreal, be it on the third or the fourth line. He showed signs of improvement at times, and then other times he looked invisible, and that's probably the best way to put it. And you
Absolutely
can't
right
have
about
that in
that.
the
I agree
NHL.
with you about this and that. John R said, "I love your accent. I was born in Ontario, but my dad grew in Quebec City." First of all, John, we have the same thing here. I'm in Quebec City born, and then Enortap is on Ontario, but he's not my dad. But otherwise, it's all good about that one over there. About Enortap, I want to mention, not Enortap, but Adam Berger mentioned about Leonard have difficult time to move left and right. It's always been that way, Adam. Leonard have always been a difficult time because he's big guy and he have to be square right to moving from left to right, but he's on balance. He completely lost his balance after that. He have really time to recovery after that. So Vegas sent a Dorofiev election back to the Silver Knight today. Yes, we know that because now there are a couple of players coming back. That's the reason I believe Nicolas Roy or Auden is going part of the lineup. I did not read this, Adam, but I believe that's what happened about this. Leonard is good half game. I think always problem to do 60 minutes. Absolutely right about this, Stefan. I think that would be the reason why I put Vegas second position on my prediction for that part over there. So I believe that's the reason. Oh, Butter Monkey, we miss him, buddy. Butter Monkey is in the house. Thanks to join us, everybody. Don't forget, guys, to click on the lights. We'll be live until 6 o'clock today. It's happening. The next one here is a big signature. It's Matthias Ekholm signing a 4 years contract at 6.25. What do you think about that signature for the Nashville Predators?
Well, I really don't think they had much of a choice. I mean, I'm glad that they settled this before the season began because rumors have been flying since last year about him being traded or possibly being extended. 4 years at six and a quarter is, it's about right. And I think he's happy because that's where he really wanted to be.
Yeah,
He should
I
help
think
to
that
solidify the defense.
you're absolutely right about this. I agree with you. Tap. The second thing, Sunday last the departure of Ren Ellis. He become number 2 in my book. They got also Philip Myers, and but at the end of the day, he become the one behind Roman Oz, and that's the reason they did that. And I'm not sure. We heard a lot of trade bait about him, but I never heard like David Poile want to trade one Matthias Ekholm. It was more the people was talking about this overall. And his next mission for David Poile is to sign Philip Forsberg at that moment. I think that could happen the next couple of weeks. I would not be surprised. They want to shut down both to be ready, and they want to build that team around Forsberg and Ekholm and Hosey and Saros. It'll be interesting what Jose Saros is going to do as a goaltender for the upcoming season for sure. And Stephanie is right. I think he's a good deal. I think so too. I think at that level he play hockey, and some defensemen right now get more money. I think it's a good signature for Nashville, and I think that's who he is, Matthias Ekholm. I really believe he never been. He does not play hockey only for the money, because honestly, his first contract it was only at 3.5 or 3.7, so that gave us something there. Wow, they were free up in space on the offensive side last night on their goal. Roger Delaney, do you think they will trade Poland? Not yet. I think they know for me, he's too young. He's 22 years old. And they will get back over there, down, improve him. Some players show up at 24. And he took the long ride. I said this in hockey. He goes from high school straight and to go straight up in the college and say he never play junior. So he was been before Laval, play only 25, 30 games per year and no practice, a lot during the week. So that's the NCAA. It was the same cloud. His first year, 18 years old, he was playing on the third line. His brother was playing a part of the team over there. And then after that, he grew. He become more important, play a bigger role with the St. Cloud. But overall, after that, he goes straight to Laval Rocket. And that's what you need to get. I think one more year, that would really benefit for him. He improved from last year. So So I think for him, he's going to be ready for for the next year. I don't see him to come back to call up right away. I think Montreal Canadiens go have Lanard with Perreault and Paquette and now Eric Brooks. Their situation a little bit better on my eyes compare. And then Paul Biron is going to join. I don't see Poland to join the team. At least you have a really solid year in Laval at the beginning of the year.
Or unless there's an injury as well.
Yeah. Stefan said, what about the last goal skate? The last goal, I can give you the rules about that one over there. So the rules changed a couple of years ago about the kick motion. The second thing they will said, every goal make by the outside blade, not from the inside, they will allow the goal 99.9. And then I'll be honest with you, I feel like Stephenson did a great move, skill to move his skate properly and to do the right things. I think it's not easy to turn your skate to another way. And I think that's the reason, because the puck came from the outside and not from the inside. So I believe at the end, the league want to get better, more goal, everything like that. Not said is, it was not directly kick. It's more like a motion where it was turning with skate, but from the outside, and that's what I allow in NHL now. So that's another rule I did not know really until I heard this yesterday and this morning. And the ex-NHL player, they are arguing with that. This morning, 3 of them, they say yes, for the fans, it's upset, but I think for the hockey player, it take a lot of skill for what he did yesterday. It's not an easy move to do it. So that was the honest I can tell you about that one over there. Stephen, I think it's depending on how they feel in Toronto in the replay room at the ref. The good news about this, they went there. I think it was a great call for the referee to call it. They come there, they ask her for if to confirm. I think it was the right thing to do about that. Today, a Canadian become the oldest person ever to go outer space, Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk, Mr. Spaceman, he won 90 years old, went to up and down over there. When did the Vegas get Stephenson by the monkey? Great question, to be honest with you. I don't know exactly in my head. I will tell you in a few minutes. It was a good goal, I think, like you said. Yes, Stephen, I think so too, about that one over there. I want to check if you have any other news. That's the last news. I don't know if you can comment about that one over there. Evgeny Shevnikov, a 1-year contract.
Well, apparently he's been having a good preseason, and he's really come on, because he wasn't even in the equation initially to make the team. So good on him that he played as hard as he did to earn that spot, and it's really a 2-way contract. So again, you're not really losing anything as an organization with that. Yeah.
Just to answer to Enortap, he was traded by the Washington Capitals to the Vegas, a 5th-round draft pick, 2021. He became Ty Murchison December 2nd, 2019. So that's what happening about Mr. Checkler Stephenson. So don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'll be appreciated. John Gregor, welcome back, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'll be appreciated. You're welcome back. And like we do, we're going to get now a little bit about the game tonight. We have 5 games on the program. We're going to talk about each one of them. We talk about our score. We talk about who's going to win, everything like that. You can see at the bottom of the screen, guys, you can see we give you a little bit the update, the suspension at Max Sheffley is suspended for 1 game tonight. But you get all the injuries, the game decision. When you see GM, is a game decision. A GD, I put GM at some point, was GD, is a game decision for the players. Minor is a game decision, everything like that. So let's talk about a little bit about those games tonight, if you don't mind. Enortap. First of all, what do you think? Not to tell out the score who is winning, but the Montreal Canadiens versus Toronto. We know Jake Adams is going to be between the pipes for the Montreal, and Jack Campbell is going to starter for the Toronto. We know also the injuries. Matthews, Manor is a game decision tonight. And Melkeyev is going to be out for months now. That's confirmed. And for the Montreal Canadiens, we all know the list is unbelievable. Hoffman, Emerson, Biron, Weber, Price. It's just like this is unbelievable for the beginning of the year. Many teams are really on the problem with injury. So first, what do you think about this game, and what do you think about the lineup or roster? Any update or anything you want to talk about?
Well, I guess this marks the first time these two teams are meeting since last year's infamous playoff comeback by Montreal. So I think this game will mean more to Toronto than Montreal at this stage. At least the victory will, if they can come out with it. I know Marner's projected to be a game time decision in terms of whether he'll play or not, which would mean a lot if he is or isn't playing. And we know that Matthews is out as well. So, I think Montreal has the depth and the speed to hold up. My only concern with Montreal right now is their defense. Can it hold up until they get Edmonton back? And I think Savard's in a little bit better conditioning that allows them to play a different brand of game.
Yep, absolutely agree with you. I just want to answer everybody. Yes, Stefan, me too. I knew the rule, but I did not how they figure out for the kick motion. But he really explicit with yesterday. Great performance at ESPN, by the way, for the production of the game yesterday. Now they have a ref in the booth, so that's great to hear that. And finally, Adam, yes, I saw that the pre-game show, guys, in Vegas yesterday. It was unbelievable. I suggest you to watching this on YouTube channel. Really amazing pre-game show. Of course, they are the number one entertaining in the NHL by mile. So it was amazing to see that, to be honest with you, yesterday on the ice. Great show. Back to you at the game now for Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, you nailed it, honestly. My concern about Montreal Canadiens is really their defensive, their zone coverage. We'll see what's happening right now. If I can mention the line for everybody tonight, we're going to have Zuski between Caulfield and Toffoli. It's going to be Devorak with Anderson and Drouin. We're going to have Jake Evan with Armia and Gallagher. Finally, Perrault is going to be with Paquette on his right, and also Lekonen. Now, it's possible they shift Perrault and Paquette on the wing side. That, but Belzile is supposed to be out, and then Aaron Brooks still not he's not in on the roster for tonight. We better see when he's coming back tomorrow if he will play in Buffalo. The defensemen, we see Petrie right now play with Kolak, and we have Chariot play Savard, and too young. But not the too young, but they put Romanov with Whiteman, the pair number 3, and then Jake Adams is going to be between the pipes. So that's what happened about the lineup for the Montreal Canadiens for tonight.
I think that third line defense, the fifth and sixth defenseman, will be a problem. I mean, if they can just stay at a plus minus of 0, we'll be okay.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think they will protect them. I think, they will coach now to win and not to play the preseason, right? They will be careful who is on the ice with all that. And now we're going to see. Unfortunately, I have no clue what's going on with Marner. I don't know if it's a COVID-19. I don't know if it's related to a flu or something minor, whatever have. Only thing we know is a game decision. We know Matthews, couple of games with a wrist problem. And then Mikheyev broken, I think it's broken hand or something like that, shoulder. I'm not remember what, broken finger, I believe, something like that. So that's what happened about the injuries, right?
Apparently, Coach, he got hurt in practice. I'm not sure if he ran into another player on the Leafs, and so he left the practice early, but it's not COVID related.
I see. Okay. Sorry to hear that, Brandon Poutillier. Welcome back. We wish the best prior to be to you, and I wish the best for both of you. Hopefully, you're doing well overall, and we miss you. Look forward to see you next time for sure about that. Manor is Ren and 2 Simon. That's what he said about that one over there. Ren and 2 Simon. That's the news about that one over there. That's great to see that. Now, here's the selection for our prediction. Let's move on with the prediction of the night. Who did you select? between
that
Toronto
game,
and Montreal Canadiens?
not because I'm a homer, but I selected Montreal to win 4-3 in overtime.
The score is 4-3. He picked the Enortap. On that one, I did not go with my heart, but I go with my head on that one over there. And when I'm wrong, I love it. But I went with the Toronto Maple Leafs. But I agree with Enortap. I said also 4-3. So they are our first prediction of the night. Yesterday, we won, both of us. We won 1-1 for the prediction. We predict victory for Vegas, but we predict also Tampa Bay, and we was wrong on that one. New York Rangers visit the Washington Capitals. This is the UFA. Everybody's waiting for that one over there. Ryan Reeves going to be back on the ice tonight versus Tom Wilson. What your expectation about the Rangers versus Washington overall for that game?
Well, it's going to be a rematch of last year's last two games of the season after the incident with Panarin. I mean, I hope it doesn't degenerate to that, because I think both teams need the points before revenge, and there's plenty of games during the course of the year that they can exact that revenge if they have to. I think what I see here is two teams that are going in opposite directions right now. I see Washington's getting a little bit older. They don't have the depth that they used to have, so I think that they're on the way down. Whereas the Rangers have slowly rebuilt, and now that they have Gallant as a coach, everywhere he's been in his first year, he's done wonders with the teams that he's been with. So for this game here, I'm going to take again overtime, but I'm going to take the Rangers to win this one 3-2.
Awesome. Great comment about the game overall. I believe this what when you have some kind of stuff like this, one is two people like Reeves and Tom Wilson, right? It's not going to turn around badly. What happened? They will drop a glove. They know they have a job to do. They know they're going to get there maybe at some point, and that will be done over. That will not carry on for the rest of the game. They're not going to try it again. Maybe next game or something happen, or maybe a bad body check from another players to someone else, and now the players step up like this. But I don't see this turn around like a wrestler, the WWE. I don't think so will happen. Welcome back, Mr. Valentino. Abs, go Montreal, go. All right, Stephen, I will see you tonight, buddy. Thank you again. My prediction for Montreal Canadiens for Nicolas is 5-3 Montreal. Great pick for you. I go, my friend. I go with what Pittsburgh did yesterday. The old players, the whole team beat the young team, and then I said, you know what? Let's go with Washington tonight, and I give a lot of goals. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Vanecek is the goaltender between the pipe for Washington, and then Chester Kane is going to starter for the New York Rangers tonight. And my final score, guy, 5-4, not OT. Just a 9 goal tonight. If you pick 5.5, go with over. That will be my prediction for the game against Washington, everything like that. Game number 3 of the evening, we have Winnipeg against Anaheim. This game starts at 10 o'clock, I believe. So what do you think about that game?
Well, I mean, for me, Winnipeg should put in a strong year this year. Top that with the fact that I think that they're in a weak division. Should be, good results for them by the end of the year, barring any injuries. My question marks come with people like Pierre-Luc Dubois. I hope he finally comes into his own, because it's now, I know they're not full seasons, but it's been 2 years now that he hasn't been quite himself. Not since that playoff game in the bubble with the Maple Leafs when he was playing excellently there. I think in this particular team with Winnipeg, you have two lines that are very, very strong. Guys like Ehlers and Scheifele, Connor, Wheeler, Stastny now. Like offensively, they're very, very potent, and they can score almost that well. They got one of the best goalies in the league, if not the best. So for this game, I predicted 4-1 for Winnipeg.
All right, I follow you with 5-2 Winnipeg. Honestly, that's one of my prediction about that one there. But before we talk about this game, for me for that game. I want to mention something. We have to go that way over there. Here we go. Adrien.
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Adrien. Here we go. Happy birthday, Adrien. Thanks to join us. Thank you so much. We wish the best for you, Adrien. So great to. We wish you happy birthday. Enjoy your day. This is your day, so enjoy. That's great to have a birthday and to be with the Hockey Nation Live show. What do you think about this, Enortap?
Absolutely. Happy birthday.
Here we go.
That's fantastic.
Winnipeg, Anaheim. Halibuck's going between the pipe for the Anaheim, for the Winnipeg, and also Anaheim's going to be John Gibson. Look, it's a young team rebuilding. Zegras and Trestel and those kids. And then Winnipeg is the deep now. I think that's the year for the Winnipeg Jet. They're going to missing Sheffley, to be honest with you tonight. But overall, you mentioned this corner and Dubois, Stachny, Wheeler. Now they have Nom Schmidt in the back. Now the defensive is better. And I believe that team will be ready to rock and roll for the upcoming year. So I predict 5-2. And like you said, Winnipeg. Let's go finishing with the next two games, Chicago versus Colorado. This game has got Colorado. And what do you think about this game? Game, by the way, start at 10 o'clock. Why, Coach? Because it's a TNT doubleheader tonight. And they present the first game and between Rangers and Washington. And then going to see Chicago versus Colorado at 10 o'clock. So what do you think about this game? Injuries and any update you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, the biggest absence will obviously be McKinnon in this game for Colorado, and they're going to really miss him. A couple of things stand out for me in terms of Colorado this year. I know everybody's selecting them, and I know I did as well to go far. But I kind of worry beyond that first pairing defensively, whether they can hold up with other strong teams in this league. I mean, when you're talking about guys like Jack Johnson and Eric Johnson and Murray as well, they're journeymen, but there's a lot of holes in their game, and I worry about that when they have to go up against strong teams. On the other hand, and the other point being Darcy Kemper. I mean, if he stays healthy, I think it's fantastic. I think it's an upgrade from Gruber. But the big question mark is going to be, and he hasn't shown it in his career yet, is staying healthy. I don't think. I think their backup, Francouz, is also injured at this point. So if Kemper goes down, Colorado's looking at an uphill for sure. With Chicago, I mean, they just got Marc-Andre Fleury, so he's going to be pumped coming out of the gate to prove that Vegas made a mistake giving him up. You got Kane back again. You got Taze that's healthy this year, and he's been showing good sides. And you're going to have some breakout years, I think, from Doc and Kubalik, DeBrincat as well. They're going to be solid, and they offer a lot of speed. I think they can keep up with Colorado. In this particular game, I'm going to take Chicago to win this one, 3-2.
Yeah, that's the point you said that, but I think one thing I always said for Chicago also, it's a Zed Jones now as a defenseman, add more deep with Khaled Jones and them. Unfortunately, Khaled Jones is out for 6 weeks. We forgot to put on an injury. And just when you talk about Chicago, my lights turn on now. So, Jones is not there. But 6 weeks will be out. His brother will be there. Jonathan Toews will be back in the lineup that we're helping them. They talk about maybe on the trade bait, went out to trade to Strome over there. That'll be interesting to see that. I expect a lot from Chicago. Fleury now between the pipe for them versus Kemper tonight. The depth of Colorado is questionable for me. Overall, they are the best defensemen in NHL. The goaltender, if it's not hurt, they are one of the top best 5 goaltender overall. That thing they were going to figure out something. Now, we said we don't have a depth. But again, Alex New York guy is a really solid player over there. Will be interesting at that moment. One Paddy Monkey said they need maybe a second center. Maybe they have it. With Katri and No Hook, I think they are better what we think they are with that part over there. It's a little bit the second line on the left side when you put Nick Cushin over there. If Nick Cushin play at the level he's supposed to play or expectation he was when he was Minnesota, everything like that, and Dallas, I think it will be okay. But he never reached that kind of expectation. They will go to missing the 20 goal of Sad, the 20 goal of Don Scooey, and their debt of Pierre Bellemare. But I think overall, Colorado will be fine. Going to finish first. And that's the reason I put tonight. They play home. I go them to go for Colorado. But the same score like Enortap 3-2. All the prediction guys we do tonight are not stimulate or talking each other. We do this by ourselves and we show up at the same hours and we share what we have. And that's the point. We ask you, don't put your score inside the chat to tell us every game we talk about. I give you a little bit more what's going on around the league. That's what we do. The bird, Raven is on the house. Welcome aboard. Oh, not that one because we're still on the birthday. And finally, game number 5. What do you think about that one over there?
Well, Coach, for me, it's come to a point with Edmonton that I'm starting to wonder: are they another Toronto Maple Leaf, where they do very well in the regular season, and then come playoff time, they're jinxed. They don't go very far. Is this year going to be any different? Well, I think they did a decent job over the summer trying to rebuild their defense, which was a big problem. I mean, Barry's back another year. Uh,
I think your connection, your storm with the ring is hitting Toronto right now.
Keith now there as well, which brings some experience to the back core.
Are you ready now? Are you set?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all
I
right.
don't know where we cut off there, but I was just saying, I think that they've done a decent job over the summer improving their defense with a few of the players that they have there. They picked up Keith, which is good for experience, obviously, and to bring some maturity and experience to a young core. I expect both McDavid and Draisaitl to go off this year. I know they've been doing it every year, but you know what? 150 points for McDavid is not out of the question. I don't think he'll do it, but it's not something that's preposterous, especially given the division that they're in as well. In terms of Vancouver, the good news is things can't get any worse than it was last year for them. I mean, anything that could have gone wrong did for them last year. So I do see them improving this year. They have a good goalie. I think that he'll show a marked improvement this year. Their coaching is very good and solid as well. But in this game, I decided to take Edmonton to win this 5-2.
Awesome. Edmonton 5-2 is confirmed. First of all, we want to answer, see you by the monkey a little bit later. We'll be live for the live play-by-play Montreal Canadiens. Johnny asked you this question, and maybe you can answer. What the trade value of Kadri now, you think?
Well, I think he still has some value. Unless your expectations are too high for him, he's definitely, in my book, he's definitely not a number 1 or 2 center. I know he's playing a number 2 center right now, but if you pick him up as a number 3 center, like let's say a team like Boston or Montreal that has that need, you could probably get a fair return on him. So I think he still holds some value out there, and he also brings a little bit of grit to his game. I know he stepped over the line in Toronto and last year as well, and earned suspensions that were ill-advised, obviously. But he brings a little bit of sandpaper to the game.
Absolutely right. I'll be honest with you, Johnny. On my eyes, right now, a second round pick and return. That's what you want to get for him. I think he's not underrated, but he does a lot of things where, as a coach, you like to see. He does a lot of great. He's a great defensive player. He's great on face-off. He brings on some offensive at some point. His story, or he's going to be remembered, it's all the suspension he got in the playoff. Sometimes it's not about anger management. It's just like sometimes he does not know what is the right or the wrong things to do. That hurt himself and he hurt the team at the same time. Katri, the last 2 seasons with the team with Colorado will be very different. They miss him a lot. I'll be honest with you, again, Vegas to be on my eyes, to be honest with you. So Peter, the man, by the way, Peter is in the house tonight. So thanks to be Peter to join us. But overall, Vancouver and Enortap, it was the team was the most moved during the offseason. 15 to 17 move, the big trade. We just lost Enortap. It's not a big deal. I was consistent with you guys. Canucks Vancouver have the most busier team of the summer. Big trade with Arizona. They changed their, not the culture, but they changed a lot of players inside their team. They just resigned their youngest guy, Quinn Hughes, for 6 years, 3 years for Elias Pettersson. They got yesterday Alex Chiasson. They have Connor Garland over there. They have Ekman Larson now as a defenseman. They got Jaroslav Alak as the goaltender in the back. So they have a fun team where they are getting better and better. So I think overall they are good to go, and I think they will be fine what they have at that moment about that. So I don't see a problem about this. Thanks, Peter, to give us all your score for tonight. I appreciate it a lot, and your very kind word about what we do here. So on the flip side, Edmonton, but this is the team where they figure out they need to add some depth, and they need maybe Hyman, and they got Hyman from Toronto. They bring Aaron Fulgel against Ethan Bear. And then after that, they get a couple more depth players. They let it go, some strength players. And where maybe Yamamoto have to become the Yamamoto we got 2 years ago. And the Pilger Jarvie is the one I think is going to have a breakout season. And we know what McDavid threshold on the defensive side. We know they lost Larson, but they got Cody Ceci. They got Duncan Keith. Evan Bouchard has become maybe one. He's going to be a permanent now defenseman. He have a great talent over there. So overall, they did not fix the goaltender. I understand, but again, Mike Smith have a great year last season. It's just not now right now. It's what he's going to do during the playoff. Can he does a full year 82 game with playoff? That's my concern about Mike Smith, and that's my concern about the Oilers. That position have to maybe to figure out something else, because Koskinen is not their answer for sure at that point. So we'll be interesting about that one, what happening. So I tried to helping you about that one over there. Nicolas 5-3 for Montreal. Canadian John said 4-2 at that moment. Watch out for the Kraken, especially done on defense. Appreciate a lot about that one, Peter, to let us know this. I tried to get this part. And I tried to come back. Hold on. Enortap, I think you have to sign up again. Yep. So what happened also for my prediction of that game, guys, is I'm going to go 4-3 with the Edmonton tonight. So Edmonton is going to win 4-3. Same team like Iselec on that one over there. Enortap and Eagle with 5-2. Can you hear us now, Enortap? Enortap is the Bob Gainey, by the way. It's just that Bob Gainey don't talk a lot, by the way. When he play hockey, he was very quiet. So maybe Enortap, that's the reason right now. He's very quiet. He's still frozen, by the way. Enortap, maybe he can talk. Can you talk? No, we cannot hear you. We are still frozen and the chat right now. So let me move on to the next prediction, guys. I'm talking about the player of the night, fantasy hockey. If you are part of the fantasy hockey, I'll give you everything we need to know about the selection of your players. So we're going to give you that about this. Enortap, can you talk? I think are you mute or unmute? Can you unmute yourself? We cannot hear from you. Let me check this for you guys. I maybe move him over there, see if you figure out. That's not change anything. Anyhow, not big deal. We're going to finish the show that way over there. Our selection tonight for the players, we have almost the same kind of goaltender. I go with Connor Hellebuck. If you play fantasy hockey or you play on the DraftKings or something like that, we predict a victory for Hellebuck for the Winnipeg Jets. The defenseman, he won with Adam Fox to get point, and also Tyson Barrie. On my point, I went to Tyson Barrie also, but I select for the Washington Capitals John Carlson. That was my friend with him. He go with Fox. I go with Carlson. That's what happening about that one over there. Then Flipper say hi, Peter. Yes, sir. Then the tripler. He won with more the players go deep. Hold on about that one over there. Can you hear us? Enortap? We cannot hear you. I don't know why. Let me finish this or bring you back when we go to the next one. Don't go nowhere. He go with McDavid, Panarin, and Dressel. That's his three best players for tonight. Me, I decide to go with Kyle Connor, then Panarin, and I'll go with Leon Dressel. I'll let it go McDavid. I want to give you a little bit more flexibility to select your player tonight if you're going to DraftKings. One of the two or the three players I just mentioned to you. On the lower side, you have a lot of players at the bottom. You should look about this. You can maybe look. Maybe a Jason Spezza could be someone you can pay some dividends over there. I think so. Someone you maybe look about Yamamoto for Edmonton Oilers. And then Pierre-Luc Dubois. I think Pierre-Luc Dubois can step up tonight again Anaheim. I believe any low player from Winnipeg again Anaheim can report you some money over there. Kirby Dack is another one for Chicago. You should pay attention for the fantasy hockey tonight. I think that would be the best way about that one over there. Thank you so much, Peter. I appreciate that. We see Enortap on the screen, but we don't hear him aloud. So Enortap, I don't know what's going on. I put you on the right spot. I don't know why we cannot hear you. I can see you talking, but I cannot see you nowhere about that. I can try to put you on the 2 here. I don't know if it will work about that one over there. Let me check about this. Hold on. Here we go.
Hey, coach.
Here we go.
Sorry about that.
It's great.
Yeah,
You missed
we
the
got
fantasy
disconnected.
hockey. Now you're going to finish the conclusion of the day of the show. So that's great to see you back. Everybody was nervous. I said Bob Guinea is very quiet, never talk usually when he play hockey. So that's maybe the reason why you try to hiding everything like that. But it was your great pick. You pick up, like you said, Panarin, Dressel, and McDavid. And then finally you went with Fox and also Barrie and Hellebuck. So a great pick for your fantasy. We're going to see it's me or you. You're going to win. We're going to see the 5 game of the night. Anything you want to add? We have 1 more minute to go before we set up. What happened tonight? Guys, I'll be back about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. We're going to go back with the pre-game show. We're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to talk about the season. We're going to talk about what's coming for them tonight. And then we're going to go to play-by-play at 7 o'clock. At the end of the game, we're going to do a post-game with fun people. We're going to bring you. You can join us. You can talk about the game. And then happening for tomorrow night is an exception. I'm a part of the hockey and I have to miss the 5 o'clock. We're going to start the show a little bit later. After that, 6 o'clock p.m., we're going to do a mix of the warm-up show with the pregame show. We're going to be ready with a play-by-play between the Toronto Maple Leafs, between the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. And then we're going to follow also the game between the Panthers, play tomorrow night again at Pittsburgh, is opening night at the South Florida. So a lot of things going on in our tap. What your last impression about the 5-game tonight? What do you expect at the end between the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Well, I think it'll be. I think we have 5 very exciting games. 4 of them for sure should be very close in my view, and I'm looking forward to seeing now that they have their full team together what Montreal really looks like. Let's hope that it's a very competitive game, and I hope it goes to overtime. No more exciting thing than seeing a 3-on-3.
Yeah, I think so, though. I think every time Montreal is supposed to lose, right? When Montreal is supposed to have they are underdog or the team does not do well, right? I think they struggle and they find a way to surprise everybody, shock people, and then they beat the team, right? That's what you do all the time. So it'll be interesting to see that about this. I tried to answer to Johnny Golden if I got the link. I got it. So I'm going to put this on the link. So everybody cannot have the game, cannot see the game tonight. You can follow the link I have here for you. Keep it for you. Don't try to share. Whatsoever you can, it's public here, but right here. So that's the link directly. It's only the game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's a private, but look, we are pleased to share with you about this one over there. If you did not subscribe, please subscribe. And then also don't forget to click on the like. And we want to thank each one of you guys to get this for the game. We welcome Derek. Yo, comment ça va? Ça va bien, mon homme? Derek, on va revenir dans 15 minutes. Donc, don't go nowhere. On va revenir dans 15 minutes. On va fermer ceci, puis après, on va revenir. Enortap, always a pleasure. You are the man. You are the one now that people expect. You expect Bob Gainey every night at 5 o'clock. Again, will be possible to see you tomorrow night. If not, we'll see you Friday night. That's the Bob Gainey. That's the GOAT we have now. We have the GOAT, the Hall of Famer inside the Warmup Show. Again, Enortap, we appreciate your time. We appreciate your knowledge about hockey. And to be a part of the Hockey Nation Live Show, we just tell you we are grateful and thankful to having you. So thanks again, Enortap. Anything you want to say before we go?
Thank you so much, Coach. It's always a pleasure speaking with you about hockey, and to the rest of our chat friends, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, everybody. Peter and Johnny and Derek and maybe other players. We wish you an amazing, great game tonight. I will see you in about 15 minutes with a pregame show between the Montreal Canadiens and, of course, the Toronto Maple Leafs. So have an amazing, great night, everybody.
What if I open my soul? Here I stand by myself on my own. What if I lose all control and take a step out into the unknown? Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show.
Salut, Nicolas. I will send it to you, Peter.